I don't know. Okay, so we're on live now. Yay. Okay.
Yay!
Hi.
Awesome.
Hey, all of the like 5 people that are probably watching us right now. Here we are. Everybody say hi.
Hello!
Yay! So Kiki, or Kirsten, who's playing Zoe, couldn't get her technology to work, and I don't. And
Honestly,
Jaden.
I don't even know how I got into this.
Yeah,
Like,
this
I
is
just
really
clicked something and
complicated.
somehow it happened. So
Yeah, it gave me a headache. Oh, we should probably tweet that we're live too. Sydney,
I got
tweet
it.
for us. Yeah, Sydney's our Twitter person. But and Elliot, Javen is occupied. I'm assuming because we have not heard from him. So you have me. You guys introduce yourselves. I don't even need to introduce you.
Go ahead, Richard. You're good.
Okay, who wants to start introductions?
I
I'll
will.
start.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
So I'm Sydney. I also helped Natalie with the process of kind of starting the web series. I did most of the Kickstarter stuff, and as we just talked about, I do a lot of the Twitter stuff. So yeah, and I can be seen on screen very briefly in a few episodes.
Yes, she's adorable. Who's next?
I'll go. My name is Brandy Endicott. I play June Beasley. I'm pretty cool if I do say so myself.
You are pretty cool. You are actually undeniably cool. So, okay.
Shucks.
Rach, you're up.
My name is Rachel. I play Annabeth. And I really like my character because I got to wear like the best outfits.
And I am Natalie. I play Tessa, and I also created and wrote the web series. And we have 4 viewers. This is so exciting. This is the most. I've never been on live TV before.
Awesome.
Okay, so if you guys want to ask us questions, feel free to do so. We also have like a list of questions that we can answer, so I guess we'll get started. This is so exciting. Okay, so one of the questions that we got, which is one of my favorite questions, is who is the sassiest cast member? What do you guys think? I think it's a tie.
By far Natalie, however, close second Rachel.
Yeah, that was my inclination.
I honestly think it's because you two fed off of each other, and most of it was because we were teasing like the crew.
Yeah, we all instigated each other. We're all just like kind of egging each other on. Brandy was like subtly sassy. Like she would be in the corner, and I would hear her say something sassy, and I'd be like, "Girl, what you just say?" Like what?
Or when she was under the bed, you'd be like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Because Brandy had to spend a lot of time under Sydney's bed.
Yeah.
It was pretty cozy.
Climbing in and out of it too.
Yeah, like
And
it was.
trying to avoid hitting those cinder blocks.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I hit my head on those a couple of times. That was fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I guess the answer to that question is, I mean, I don't want to say that I'm the Queen Sass Master, but I'm pretty
She is.
sassy. And Rach was pretty sassy. Let's just say there was a lot of sass flying around set. Like we were all just really sassy towards each other.
I mean, yeah, you get us all together, and the sass levels are off the chart.
Yeah. It's like a disease. Like we're all just so sassy. Okay. Another question is.
Oh, Kiki!
Oh, Kiki just joined.
No way! Hey!
Hi!
Surprise! Kiki, this is so exciting. Oh man, Kiki. Oh, and I'm so glad you're so beautiful. There's a lot of sass flying around that, like, we were all just, whoa.
What's happening?
It's clearly we're all struggling because none of us are very good at technology. Okay, well, Kiki is joining us. I think she's having some technical difficulties. So,
What?
So many things are happening. Okay, so I guess we're going to have the next question. There's so many sounds. I don't know what's happening. Okay, so one of the questions is, what was the hardest episode to film thus far, like up to episode 19? What do you guys think? There are so many sounds right now. What's happening?
Like the video is echoing.
Yeah, the video is. Kiki, you might have to restart or like turn off your video and turn it back on because I think it's echoing a bit. The question is, what was the hardest episode to film? I'm hearing my own voice and it's really freaking me out. Kiki, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I think your video is echoing or something because I can hear it. Like I hear my own voice and it's really freaking me out, like a lot. Like it's not for being. So you might have to restart. You might have to turn it off and turn it back on.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
That was weird.
I was like, am I hearing voices in my head? Okay, so the question was, what was the hardest episode to film thus far? And I have a lot of them, but what do you guys think?
Well, we've only aired up to episode 19, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, we've seen the party scenes, two of the parties. Those were hard in the sense of getting extras to come to actually make it look like there was people there. And the date scene, that was hard because we had to, after we had filmed stuff, we had to go back and do voiceover stuff because you couldn't hear Natalie or James. You couldn't hear what they were saying.
Yeah.
Emotionally wise, I'm gonna say the audience hasn't seen those yet.
Yeah. What do you guys think? I think one of the hardest ones was, which one was it? Oh yeah, it was episode the first party episode because a lot was happening. Like Kiki had to make out with Bryce. That was pretty hilarious.
Dang, girl.
That was the hardest for me, I think, because I don't know how to do that. I'm like, so what do I do? And so I asked all my friends, I'm like, have you ever made out with somebody before? Because I've never done this. And so I'm like, do I use tongue or what do I do? Do I bite their lip? Because I don't want to hurt them. I don't know what to do.
Some fun backstory for all of our 4 viewers. I actually used to date Bryce.
You did. It's true.
We're really good friends now, so that wasn't a problem. But it was just super funny when he got cast as my brain just went blank. But when he got cast,
Jeremy.
I don't know why, but when he got cast as that, we're super good friends. But it was just really funny.
Yeah, it was really funny because after we were done filming and we looked back on what we filmed, Kiki was like, man, I hope that was okay. Like, I hope it looked good. And Bryce was like, oh, it was good. And we're all like,
it was good.
What did you just say? It was really good.
Excuse me.
Yeah, we were like, what did you say?
Oh my God.
But that was the hardest one for me because so much was going on. There were so many people there and the room was so small that I was like, what's happening? I don't know. But it was a fun one to film too. That was really fun. Oh, and it was awkward because we didn't have any music playing, so everybody was swaying to non-existent music.
We had to pretend to dance. So some people are hearing totally different music in their head.
Yeah.
Have in the video.
Yeah.
So they're swaying to this music that doesn't actually match up with the beat on camera. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, so if you look closely you'll see people that look like they have no sense of rhyme or rhythm and
they're just spazzing out.
So I have a question. Okay, so there's a question for Rachel. If I can find it. And the question is, where is it? Oh yeah, the question is, did you draw upon your own life experiences to play Annabeth?
Yeah, to a certain extent. Because originally Natalie told me that the character was just very bubbly, very like peppy, and I never use those words in like a positive sense. So I kind of like made her really sassy.
And it worked.
Yeah. And so just like the sassiness, the fashion, the social aspect of it was definitely like my own experiences and my own interests.
Yeah.
I've never been cheated on, but I've like threatened guys before. So like the whole like stalking people.
Your fiance?
Oh yeah, no, he's totally.
Oh yeah, Rachel's getting married for the 4 viewers. Yeah, woo! It's so exciting. I really do think it's exciting. I'm just gonna miss her.
And fun fact, the guy she's gonna marry is the guy in the party episode who was like, dude, let's get out of here, and took Jeremy out of the party. And I sat there, I'm like, that's her fiance.
Yeah, Rachel's fiance is all up in there. It was pretty funny. He was pretty good.
She married the bouncer.
He did a great job in his acting debut.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely felt a connection with my character, but as far as the getting cheated on, befriending other women, that's never happened before.
Yeah, that was the fact that Zoe and Annabeth become friends. That was something that I was worried wouldn't be realistic, but because Rach and Kiki are so good at playing their characters and they make it so believable, I was like, okay, like this is something that could happen. Like they make it like believable, because the hatred of a man will bind many women together.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so next question. Which cast member is most similar to their character?
Oh boy.
I want to jump in and just say, like, I feel like it's funny. So for June, I feel like everything June says is like stuff that I would say, and I've actually had a couple of comments on that. And like a close friend of mine, Ryan, he was like, I was watching Untangling Tessa, and I feel like, did you write your own script? Because I feel like that character is just you anyways. And so I don't know about everybody else, but I definitely feel like I'm June and June is me. It's like in a not over dramatic way.
What's funny about that is when we were doing auditions and callbacks, so Natalie and I were both like, oh my gosh, like let's just have a one-woman show and have Brandy play everyone. But we were like, she is June, and I'm so glad that we got you to play her.
It's so true, and I remember the monologue that Brandy did. It was pretty mellow, and it was one that I kind of saw Tessa in, and it was before Sydney and I decided that I would be Tessa, and I was like, guys, like, Brandy's a really good Tessa, like, maybe you should be Tessa. And then when we did callbacks, and she read for June, we were like, no, like, this girl is June, June is her, they are one soul, and the rest is history.
Okay, so I have a question for Natalie.
Oh, no.
You actually know this person? You can probably guess who it's from, but she says, ask Natalie why her hair is always so pretty and what she uses in it.
Wait, who asked that question? Everybody asks. Who was it?
That was Anna.
Oh, okay. So, well, my hair is not beautiful. It's actually really frizzy and gross, and Anna should know this because she's seen me in person in real life. Honestly, like the days that we were filming, I was like, my hair has to look semi-decent, so I put effort into it, but on normal days, I don't really care. It's just like on the off chance it happens to look good, and what I put in it is like my hopes and prayers and tears. Like that's what goes into this.
And so delicious smelling products. Like every morning after she would shower, she'd come into our room and put her hair products in, and I'd wake up to this beautiful smell, and I'm like, Did I die and I'm in heaven?
Oh, stop. Stop. Okay, another question is, what apartment did you guys film in? Which is, it was me and Sid's apartment. It was,
Yeah, and the side of the room that we used as Tessa's, that was my bedroom, was my side. So thank you for thinking it's cute.
Yeah, we had 4 other roommates who are all very kind and were down with us filming whenever. But our room was always messy when we filmed. Never was clean. Yep, everybody, Rachel especially, was like, "Man, Natalie, Sydney, your room is so messy." And we're like, "Yes, thank you, Rachel." It sure is.
So we started filming.
Yeah, she was. I remember the first day that we filmed, she was like, "What is this?" And we were like, "We're sorry." But yeah, so that was our
out of frame, you know.
Yeah, we
on Natalie's bed.
Yeah, and that was actually hard for when Brandy would be under Sydney's bed, because our first inclination was to put all of our mess under our bed. And so poor Brandy would be just there with like Sydney's old laundry. So I'm surprised she didn't contract an illness from that.
Excuse me?
I'm just saying. I mean, just in general. I mean, everybody. I mean, we're clean people, but we're college students. But yeah, it was our room, and it was pretty much always messy, which was always fun. Okay, so someone wants to know where June is and what she knows, but we can't answer that question.
Can't reveal that? Are you kidding? You have to watch. Be patient. Hiatus is almost over.
Yeah, you guys can't know. Brandy, do you have anything to say about that?
It's definitely, I don't know, we definitely had a lot of fun filming that last half, or at least I did, as far as June's character goes. Yeah, no, I think we definitely got a good plot twist going on. Like, I like it a lot.
Oh yeah, I agree.
It's a lot of fun.
It was the first half of the series and the second half are really different.
They are.
It's the writing's different, the character's different, and it's kind of because I wrote them at 2 very different times. I wrote the first 19 episodes like at the beginning of last year, and then I wrote the last 26 over the summer, and but it works together. I promise. It's gonna work out. Stop worrying. It's fine.
Happy.
Be happy. So they want to know if we're friends in real life.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely not. I don't like it.
No, we hate each other so much.
We can't stand each other. It's a miracle that we managed to work together for so long. I mean, we were at each other's throats all the time.
Yeah, no, we're really good friends. Natalie and I share a bedroom when we're at
school. I think it's hard to do. I think it's like basically impossible to do a project like this and not become friends with the people you're working with.
Well, it's like in Harry Potter. There are certain things that people go through, like killing a mountain troll, and you can help but become friends.
You would throw a Harry Potter reference in there.
Sydney's a Harry Potter master. But like we saw each other like all the time, and we saw each other in pretty compromising like situations due to what the script was, and we hung out a lot too because we like each other. And like
Natalie and I actually had a class together last semester.
Yeah, we
met her before the audition.
Yeah, we had an editing class together, and then I know that like Brandy and Rachel saw each other at like I think they're all you're all theater majors or minors, so they already knew each other. Sydney and I didn't know anybody when we came into it, but now we're all homies.
And that was stressful in its own self, because like I remember our first table read, and after everyone left, I was like, these guys are all friends, and Natalie and I know none of them. Like, we're never gonna become friends with them, and now we're like the best of friends with everyone. So it's great.
I remember I was like, man, these people are gonna think we're so weird. Little did we know that they are equally as weird as we are. They're all so weird.
Fun story about how Javen and I know each other. I actually worked with him on a project that was by the original person that we had to play Jeremy, Cameron.
Mhm.
I actually know him because we auditioned for a short film that Cameron was making.
Yeah.
And so that's how I know them.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I auditioned for that too. And Kiki, you did too, didn't you?
Yeah, I was in it. I was in all of it.
Yeah, I was about to say, wasn't Kiki Javen's love interest for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were boyfriend and girlfriend.
Girlfriend, I got hit by a car. It was great.
Yeah,
we
it was pretty
Good
dramatic.
time.
It's
Good
great.
time.
So fun.
So yeah, you guys like already worked with each other, which is cool. But I mean, Sydney and I are English majors, so we weren't in the whole film scene yet at
Yeah.
school. So, okay, next question. Let me find a good one. Okay, let me see. This kind of plays into the previous question, but are the cast members fun to be around?
No, everyone's boring.
I honestly, we're all like so different, especially the cast members that we like. Obviously, Brandy and I filmed together a lot, and you know, me and Rachel and me and Kiki, so we saw each other all the time. But even the cast members that didn't film with us as much, like Bryce, who plays Jeremy, or Maddie, who plays Ellie, or who else? Oh, or James, who plays Tristan. Even though we didn't film with them as much, they're so fun to be around.
But we
Like-
hung out all the time. Like,
Yeah.
we would go get soda together and all the time.
Yo, let's go get some pretzels.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was a problem. Like and same for Alyssa, who plays Professor Thornfield, and Brad, who plays Dr. Stein. Like they're all hilarious. Like Brad is so funny. I wish he had a more comedic role in this because he's so good at comedy and he's so good at improv. Like it's
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
Like
He's a pro at it.
From Friends.
yeah, like he was in the play, he's in the comedy group at school. Like he is so good. I wish he had, like, we could have found him just a comedic role because he was hilarious. But he's really good as Dr. Stein. So. But yeah, everybody's so fun to be around because everybody's so different. They all bring their own experiences to the table, and I really learned a lot from all these wonderful actors that you see and that you do not see. They all are so talented. So talented. Okay, let me see. Another question was, are you surprised at the amount of love the series has been getting, and do you wish it had more? Thoughts, concerns, comments?
I would say yes and yes. Like, honestly, web series, there's some really popular ones like Red versus Blue. There's, but, most of the time I feel like you don't really, you being like, people in general, don't really pay a lot of attention to web series and that kind of thing. So I'm very surprised in like a really good way at all of the love and attention that we've been getting from like Tumblr and YouTube and Facebook. It's crazy awesome. And so we love you guys.
Yeah, well, and on that note too, like because of Tumblr, like that's really how we've gotten a lot of our viewers,
Yeah.
and so like it's just, Natalie and I say this almost every single day. I'm like, I can't believe so many people like this, like, and it was really scary for us to put it out there, and I think it was probably a lot more scary for Natalie because it's her creation, but
true.
like. I was so nervous that people weren't going to like it or whatever, that we were going to get mean comments or whatever. But, like, even on my personal Tumblr, I get people like, oh my gosh, you worked on Untangling Tessa? Like, what is this like? All this stuff. And it's been so amazing and, like, so rewarding seeing the response that people have to every single episode.
The coolest thing that I've had happen by far is I've actually had people come up to me and be like, hey, are you on Untangling Tessa? I'm like, well, yes, I am.
I'm so jealous. Nobody does that to me. What the heck?
Everybody
Just
Yeah.
wait, Natalie, when we get back to school, people will be following you around
The
campus.
paparazzi will be on me.
That's why you have to
They'll be like, sign my child, sign my sheep, sign my sandwich.
Yeah, that's probably not gonna happen. But one thing that really surprised me was like, I thought that I knew that we would have a small audience because it's so hard to get a lot of attention for these things, and also because our series is pretty short. It's only 35 episodes as opposed to being like 100 episodes long like some other series. So I knew it would be hard to get an audience, and the way I pictured it in my mind was that like we'd have a few people watch and they'd be like, oh yeah, this is pretty good, but we have 170 subscribers on YouTube and they all really, really like it, which was so surprising to me. I thought they'd just be like neutral towards it. I didn't think they'd really like it, so that was how I felt about that. So
sorry guys, my computer's about to die.
Oh no, plug it in. I don't want to lose you. Your face is so beautiful.
I love the square of your face. It's so gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. And that's the other cool thing about this series is that we're all beautiful. We're all just so beautiful. You should just watch.
And we're predominantly female. Most of the cast and most of the crew is all female, which is very rare in, all of film. Which, I mean, we're a very small, little college-based, not even, associated with the college that we go to. But it's, I think it's a good example for whoever wants to, if you're thinking about, I want to do a project like this, go for it. Like, Natalie and I had no idea. We didn't even think that we'd be able to get, the first episode out there.
It's true. That was one of the enticing things about this project for me, which is kind of weird because, I started this project, but it's a predominantly female cast, and our crew is, predominantly female too. Like Reed, our camera guy, is a dude, obviously, and then Porter, who is our co-director and our producer, but the rest of us were girls. Sydney was the executive producer, I was the co-director and the creator, our boom operators, Erica Elias, who's this adorable girl who I love very much if she's watching this. And it was just really cool because we were able to get it done, and we didn't let anything stand in our way. So, go girls. Okay, so let's see. Another question is, did I ask what the hardest episode to film?
Yeah.
Did I ask that? Okay, yeah.
So I have a question. Someone asked me, they asked if we have any other projects in the works.
Why don't Brandy, Rachel, Kiki, you guys working on anything exciting that we don't know about?
Well, not currently, but I am planning on going to New York here in the fall. Planning on looking at some acting there. So hopefully
I'm so proud.
But yeah, hopefully that'll be something cool. Aside from projects and that kind of thing, no.
What about you, Kiki?
I'm working on getting an A on my online math class.
That is really hard, and I commend you, and I believe that you can achieve that, because math is really hard.
Because, it's math for the real world, so it's this is how you pay taxes. And I'm sitting there going, why didn't I learn this in high school? Why throw me into the real world here you go, now you're a poor college student. But I want food.
Yeah, that's always, especially because it's real world. Who wants to be part of the real world anyways? Nobody. What about you, Rachel? Rachel was telling me about something she was working on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I've been acting this semester, but I've been working with a different film group, and I helped with I was just the script supervisor, so I was part of the crew for one film, Health Nuts. And then a friend and I are writing a screenplay together for a short film that we'll hopefully be
Cool!
Me and Sydney are working on something.
I don't want to reveal anything, but it's a lot different than Untangling Tessa. We're working on two different things. One of the things is a lot different. One is kind of similar.
So are these both short films or more?
You
One is a
can't
short
know.
film.
No, don't tell her. Nobody can know until it happens.
One is a short film, and then one is like a short mini series. So
The cool thing about
at the moment.
the
So
cool thing about Rexburg, which is we go to school in Rexburg, Idaho, is that that like once you're in with like the film homies, you're in for life, and when you know people, you know people. So like it's really cool because when you're working on film projects, you like work on them with like the same people that you've worked with before, which is kind of exciting. So go us. Okay. How long have we been doing this? I don't even know. Let's do like 2 more questions, and then we should probably let these poor people free. Okay. But we probably will do another Q&A session once we're all back
we've got
together.
like, what, a few weeks until
Yeah.
we're back in Rexburg and we can actually be all together.
For reals. And I'm excited to see all these lovely faces in person. Okay, so this is a good one. What was the most difficult part of filming? So, like, not, like, what the hardest episode of film is, but, like, what was the hardest thing about filming overall?
Continuity.
Yeah.
Especially because we have Halloween decorations up, and then, like, 2 episodes later, there's a Christmas tree in a party episode. It's,
My dad pointed that out in the last episode. He's like, cool Christmas sweater. I'm like, you know what? We can't have perfect continuity, Dad.
We're college students. We wear whatever's cleanest.
Yeah, it's true. I agree with Rachel because the thing is like we didn't film all the episodes in order. Like we didn't have time for that. So what we did is, ain't nobody got time for that. So what we did is we filmed all the episodes that took place in our room first because those were the easiest ones to knock out, and then we did the more complicated ones that were outside, and then we did the party episodes really last. In fact, episode 19, the last one, was like the last episode we filmed in general. Like that was the very last one. And it was hard because, you know, when you're filming like episodes out of order, you have to still keep in mind your character progression, even though like it's not happening like in order, but you have to get it right. It was so hard. Like, because all of our characters make pretty big changes. So that was hard. And another thing that I thought was hard is that we were constantly learning lines, like constantly, all the time. Like,
well, and then something that was hard for me, because I'm off camera for these, and so if there's something really funny going on, I can't laugh, because I'll ruin the take. And it was always so hard for me not to do that. I was like, okay, I gotta keep it in. So I got some pretty good abs now, because of trying not to laugh.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think something along the lines of continuity that was kind of difficult was even if we were filming out of order, but for some reason we filmed like 2 or 3 episodes in a row that was like maybe 4, 5, 6, you know, all together. I think what was difficult was like our outfits and thinking, okay, so have I worn this yet?
Yes!
How recently have I worn this? Does the bedroom already look like this in this episode? Just little things like that, and not even like big picture as far as the characters go, but just it was the little things that always got us, like that stupid ukulele.
Oh my gosh, yes. So what she's talking about is in one of the episodes where, so I don't remember exactly what episode, but it's the episode where June is talking to the camera right after Annabeth finds out that that Zoe and Tessa went to egg Jeremy's car, and we had to film it a couple of times because when June is putting the clothes away from the bed, like we had a ukulele on the bed, but we realized that it moved around and we had to cut through a couple times, and so like switched positions halfway through the episode, and we had to like keep on doing that over and over again, and it was so annoying. And yeah, and it's true, like, because, like, we had days, like, on some Saturdays, we filmed from, like, 9 to 4, and we filmed, like, episode 2, episode 17, episode 5, episode 30, like, just not even in order, and we had to make sure that, that we weren't wearing the same exact thing in episode 1 that we could in like episode 20, like we couldn't have matching outfits. So that was really hard. That was really complicated and messy.
Like episode 19, I had worn all the clothes that I could wear that were dark for Zoe, and so by the 19th episode, I went, Natalie, can I please borrow something from your closet? I have nothing else to wear. Like, I have nothing.
It's true. Sydney and I's closet was open to like all of the female members of the cast, and they're usually wearing some article of clothing that's either mine or Sydney's, because we just didn't have like a huge costume pool that we could use. But it was hard, and it was also harder because we had to film it all in like 2.5 months. So we were like,
on top of going to school.
Yeah. Exactly.
You guys have no idea how stressed out Natalie it was with certain. She'd come home, she'd be like, I have to do this magazine article thing and layout, but I have to learn lines, and I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, and like I know that like some of our members of the cast were also in different productions on campus, and everybody was just so busy that it was basically impossible to figure out a schedule, like a filming schedule, because everybody had something they had to do, which makes sense. But and like people worked. It was so hard. It was so hard, but it was worth it. I think we managed to pull it off quite nicely. Like nobody died. Like nothing major. Like no major disaster happened. We're all alive. Nobody broke anything. We have all of our limbs, so I think we're okay.
Now we don't have to, like, remember that one time where we used to have Kiki, but then, you know, she fell off.
She died.
That was a sad time.
There were a couple of times that I thought we might die, because we filmed in the winter, and it was snowing, and there were some episodes we had to film outside, and it was so icy that we were like, we were like falling all over the place, and like we almost died a couple of times. You'll see those episodes.
Like my toe started to go numb when we had to go outside for a later episode, and my toe started to go numb because it was so cold. I'm like, I need to get in the car because I'm so cold.
Yeah, it was pretty miserable, but I mean we did pretty well. But if you're wondering why it's snowing in an episode that's playing in April, you know why. Because we were filming in December.
Weird weather.
Yeah, it was.
That's the real answer.
It was snowing a lot. Okay, let's do. I don't want this to end, mostly because I love talking to you guys so much and I miss you. So let's do like 2 more questions.
There was one on Twitter.
Okay.
They were wondering if Zoe is going to have a love interest, and they also asked to know a little bit more about June. Not like where she is or whatever, but just some more information on her.
Brandy and Kiki, take that away.
Go first, Kiki.
Yeah, okay. No, sadly, Zoe does not get a love interest, but I don't think Zoe would want a love interest anyway, but, you know, because, you know, she's the kind of person who's like, you know, we don't need men. You know, she's the Rosie Riveter of the group, so she's like, guys, we don't need men. I mean, we're better off just by ourselves. I mean, come on, guys. But, you know, remember, Sydney, remember the backstory we have. Remember the backstory.
Oh, yeah. You know, we'll have to make a video later on giving our headcanon, because we don't want to go into that with this video.
It'll take hours.
So many. We can't ship it because I don't want people to sink it.
Yeah. And what was the other question? What's the deal?
Just a little bit more about June.
Oh, well, I think who sent this question? I think it was either my dad or my brother. They want to have a better understanding of what exactly is June doing under the bed. They're having trouble understanding stuff about June.
Okay, well, Natalie, I'll try not to give too much away, but feel free to stop me if I'm getting there.
I will.
But a little more about June. She's a very misunderstood person. Like she's had I can tell that she's the kind of person who's had a lot of problems with a lot of people in the past. She strikes me as the kind of person who would have a lot of trust issues because, you know, she put her trust in the wrong person one too many times. So far, it sounds like she's had a pretty tough life, but she's a really tough person because of it. And, like, she's a very strong character, and that definitely shows in a lot of the later episodes. You know, when you will get to know a little bit more about June and why she's under the bed, and why she's hiding. But I do wish we had gone into a little bit more of her backstory and why she's the way that she is. But that's exciting though, because I'm the one that gets to make that up. And
Yeah, totally.
like I said, she's just a very, very strong human being. She's been through a lot, and again, repeating myself, we do get to know a lot more about her backstory and why she's under the bed in the first place in a couple later episodes. But all in all, I think she was a fantastic person. I definitely had a lot of fun. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I think that and because Tessa doesn't know a whole lot of why June is under her bed, why she's kind of hiding out. That translates onto screen. The viewers don't really know, and so until Tessa finds out about June, the audience won't really find out about June.
Yeah.
And I think definitely keeping that air of mystery was a lot of fun. Just, Tessa would ask about it, and June would just kind of brush it off, no, I don't want to talk about it. I'm too cool to talk about it right now. I don't get in. It was just a really interesting thing overall.
Yeah. Personally, I'm getting whiplash because it keeps on going from whoever's talking to Kiki. So I'm like, what's happening? But it's because Kiki's so beautiful and everybody wants to see her face. So that's why it's happening.
No.
But one thing that I really like about June, without giving anything away, one thing that I really enjoyed about her character, which is weird because I wrote her, but nevertheless, one thing that I think Brandy played really well is that June is tough and she's gone through hard things, and it's made her tough, but it's also made her kind because she's really sweet to Tessa. She's, she gives her well-meaning advice, and she tries to be a good friend to Tessa, which is, I think, something that doesn't always happen with a person who's, had a rough time. So and I think Brandy did a brilliant job portraying that. So, go Brandy. Okay, so let's see. Okay, maybe we should just do one more question. But I don't want to. I don't want to go. I love you guys so much. So one of the questions is, which cast member is least like their character?
That would be who?
That would be who?
It would be Natalie.
Me?
No, I think it was
not like Tessa at all.
There are similarities and there are differences between us.
I think being polar opposites, it's Maddie, because she is so sweet.
Yeah,
and she plays Ellie. Not as conniving and ruthless as Ellie is. I mean, she definitely could be. She's a very awesome lady, and but she is so sweet and so kind.
Yeah.
And when she would read for Ellie, Natalie and I were just oh my gosh.
She is so good.
Still in the room.
Seriously, I remember the first time she read for Ellie, we were ice just went through my heart. I just felt a chill. She is so good. But she, Sydney said, she's so nice. Another one is James. James is not like Tristan at all.
Definitely not.
This is really cool.
No, James is so friendly and so nice, and he's so willing to talk to anybody. And Tristan is emotionally stunted. He doesn't pick up on social cues. He doesn't really understand. He crosses the line. I would also say Bryce isn't like Jeremy. Bryce he's not a cheating butthead. Brandy, what you have more authority on this than I do because you know him better.
No, Bryce he's definitely a cool guy. He's one of those people that definitely cares a lot about the people that are, he's friends with, or if he's in a relationship with them, then he's definitely committed. And to see him play Jeremy is super funny because he's not like that at all. Yeah. And it was really funny because this is actually the first thing he's ever done as far as acting goes. And so when I told him that, Cameron wasn't going to be able to play Jeremy and we were looking at getting a new person, he just lit up. He got so excited. And so I would help him practice a monologue so that he could read to you guys and that kind of thing. And no, he's definitely not like his character at all.
Yeah, he did a really good job of like being like aloof and just like whatever, I don't care. Like he was really good at that, and it was really funny because for episode 19, when he's being like so mean to Annabeth, like I was like, man, he is so good at being mean, and like the fight sequence that they did, like he and Javen did, was so convincing. It was really stressful, like for real. Like I was like, what is happening? This is so good. And it was really funny because when he like pushes me to the side, I was wearing heels anyway, so I was like unstable, so it wasn't very hard for him to do. But when he pushes me to the side, I was like, what just happened? And after he's like, I'm sorry.
It was so cute though, because every time, like, after we would kind of be like, are you guys like, he'd totally be like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Did it hurt you? Like,
it was so sweet. I was like, no, I'm fine. Like, you did a really good job at being mean. That was great.
Compared to episode 19, when Tessa's wandering around and she passes Ellie and she's trying to find me, I would watch her and I'd be like, okay, Bryce, now we need to start fighting. Okay, start like pretending to yell at me. I was like, okay, when you push me, you can push me harder. It's okay.
Yeah. He was so sweet about it. He was just like, I don't want to hurt anybody. You're like, you're a good actor. Keep on going. And I was really impressed with how well he did. I thought he nailed it. Okay. So, let me find a good question. I don't know. Should this be our last question or should it not? I am so indecisive right now.
One more question, and then we'll let these people go.
Yeah, these poor 6 people. And also it'll be uploaded onto YouTube, so people who miss it now can watch it later, even though I'm not sure how long it's going to be. Okay, so let me find a good question that someone asked. Okay, so I kind of asked this was kind of asked towards Rachel, but we should open this question up. So someone asked how much of our own lives did all of us put into our own characters and like our own personal experiences, our personalities, etc. Anybody?
Well, I'll start. I said this a little bit earlier and we talked about it a little bit, but I definitely feel like June and I are pretty much the same person. Like, I've gone through some things in my life that have made me a little tougher to some other items, some other things that go on, and I don't know, I feel like her and I are definitely very similar, and because of that, I was able to put a lot of my own experiences and a lot of my own feelings into that character. Because I feel like June, she has, like I said, she has a lot of trust issues, she has a lot of issues with people in general, maybe she doesn't get along with a lot of people. And, I was able to put a lot of my own experiences on that subject into this, and I think the result was pretty good, if I do say so.
It was brilliant and beautiful and so convincing. Like, really, really, really good. Bravo. Let's do Kiki next.
Okay, yeah, I feel like I put a lot of myself into the character of Zoe. I mean, obviously, I'm not one of those people that is like, I fight for every cause, and if you don't donate to the whales, then you're a quitter. No, I'm not one of those people, because that's just mean, and I don't like to attack people or confrontations. So, but I am a real, like, go-getter. I really am a fighter, and even though I may seem like I feel like Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls, like, she seems like she's very soft, but she is, I'm hardcore. she can really get in there, and, but yeah, if I really believe in something, I will fight for it, and I will stand up for what I believe in, no matter what the category is or what it may be, and, there's a soft side to Zoe, too. I mean, she may seem very soft, but underneath wait, did I say on the outside she's very
Other
soft?
way around.
Other way around. I can't speak. But yeah, I really did. I put my determination and a lot of passion into Zoe because I feel like those are the two things that I feel most prominently and that would go best with Zoe is my passion and determination. So with those things put together, and I'm all for equal rights for women, so another thing. But yeah, I just really loved this role, and it was very fun that it was also a comedic role because I love making people laugh, and it was so fun, and I also put my own humor into it, and so yeah, that's what I put into it, and yeah, there are moments. Sorry, I keep dragging on, but
You're good.
there are experiences that I have had. Same with Brandy, where it's made me a lot stronger today, and those are also elements that I put into Zoe. Same with Brandy, and so yeah.
You go, girl. Rach, you want to go next?
Well, I already.
You kind of already answered it, but if you have any more insights you'd like to share.
I feel like I put a lot of myself into my character. It's funny watching the episodes now because I'm just kind of soft spoken, especially compared to otherwise. And
You are.
A little bit in the episodes too, where it sounds like everyone's yelling and I'm almost whispering. Or I didn't notice that before. So that was just kind of funny. But yeah, even with unintentional stuff like that, I really liked it.
One thing I'll say about Rachel and Annabeth and the difference between them is that when I first met Rachel, she was more soft-spoken, but the more I got to know her, the sassier she became. So because I know, because we're friends and stuff, I think she's a lot like Annabeth. I see it like because you're both kind of strong. You both know what you want, and you go for what you want. So I guess okay. So I'll answer. With me and Tessa, it was funny because James, who plays Tristan, he'd always call me Tessa, like in real life. Like he'd be like, "Hey Tessa, come here." I'm like, "That's not my name," which is fine. I guess it's just because I'm such a great actor. But Tessa is when I wrote this. I always put a little bit of myself into all of the characters. I always, I guess it's just what makes it personal to me. One of my earbuds fell out. Hold on. So, Tessa's a person that I used to be, and I think she's like so many people. So I obviously relate to her because, she's, like I said, she was someone I used to be. Like I know her, I know what she's gone through because I've gone through similar things because, when I write, I try to make sure that it's real, so I put myself into my characters, which I said already, but I'm not like Tessa. I'm a little more outgoing, I'm happier, I like to go out, I'm really sassy, I like to be loud, like I'm really, really loud all the time.
Yeah.
You see everybody nodding in agreement. So I admire Tessa because all the things that she goes through are really hard and it's not easy, but she does it. And I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to play this character because we weren't always sure that I was going to be Tessa. Like we went back and forth. But I think that all of us, that really surprised me when we did the first read through of the script, that we all were kind of similar to our characters, which doesn't really happen that often. Like it usually doesn't happen at all. But I remember as I got to know these people, I was like, wow, like this is like great. Like they're all similar. And I think also because everybody in the cast are such wonderful actors that they did such a great job. And I'm really proud of what we accomplished. So that was our last question, but man, we should Skype more. Like, we should Skype and do this we should Skype more often. Like, we don't have to record it so everybody sees it.
Look back on it.
But we should, do this more often because I miss all of your faces.
So much. Then next time we should also bring snacks.
Yeah, seriously.
I need some snacks.
We love eating.
I'm sitting up here. I'm like, I should have brought snacks.
But thank you for 3 people who are watching. Okay, like it moved from like 6 to 8 to 4 to 8. So I would say we did a pretty good job. Thank you for watching. Sorry if this was super long. We just really like talking to each other, and we like talking about the series. Hopefully we will do another video soon once we're all together, because we're not all in the same place right now, which is very tragic. But thanks for watching, and the next episode of Untangling Tessa comes to you March. Yes, this is March 31st. So say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.